You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, episode 35. Today, we're going to have a chat together about how you can avoid being that one-hit wonder coach.
You're listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast, where we believe business can be simple and you can use your intuition to run towards your goal. Self-made business and success coach Lindsay Maloney helps you start and scale your dream coaching business. With her step-by-step intuitive and creative guidance, you'll leave ready to put her tips into action, push your business forward, and work with your dream clients. Lindsay is here to help you get unstuck and structure your brilliance into a coaching business that's sustainable and financially exhilarating. Here's your host, Lindsay Maloney.
Before we get started with this episode, I want to talk to you about my program, Standout Coaching Academy, or Souca as everyone calls it. It's a 90-day program that's going to help you book your dream clients. And this is perfect for you if you are a coach who is ready to create, launch, or scale your coaching business. If you want to fill your calendar up with dream clients who inspire you, and you want to make an impact in the world with work that you feel called to do, I want you to enroll in Souca. Souca is an extremely powerful program that will take your coaching business to the next level. And I have 3 ways that you can join me right now, be a part of the 90-day program, join other like-minded women, network with them, learn the best ways that you can build your coaching business just the way that I've created and scaled mine, so you can stop having those sleepless nights with all the information overload and stop doing everything by yourself. So many coaches are struggling to get their businesses started, and I want that to stop right now. So I'm inviting you to go to standoutcoachingacademy.com, check it out, and enroll. Thanks so much for joining me on this new episode. I cannot believe it's episode 35 already. It seems like just a few weeks ago, I was sitting at my dining room table writing down all of the ideas that I have for episode topics. And now when I went to go look at them to pick something, my list is getting really small. And thank goodness, because I have so many guests coming up on the podcast. This first half of the year for sure is going to be full of awesome guests. So I'm really excited about that. So make sure you are subscribed so you can hear all of these wonderful ladies that are joining us on the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. So let's get into how you can avoid becoming the one-hit wonder coach. So what's a one-hit wonder coach, first of all? I came up with this term when I was thinking and noticing some coaches in the space that seem to hit a really high peak and then they kind of disappear, disappear off the face of the earth, basically. Like, you know, those coaches you might think of, or those influencers that you've caught on your radar. And sometimes you'll think of them in the spur of the moment and you'll look them up and you see like they haven't done anything on social media in months and you're wondering like, where'd they go? Because I thought they were doing awesome. And maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being super nosy, but I just, certain people pop into my head a lot. And then I always want to go check and like make sure they're okay for some reason. And I noticed that sometimes there are people, course creators, coaches out there that will hit their peak and then it kind of flatlines, which is why I'm calling them the one-hit wonder. Like they had their awesome hit and then they're gone. We don't know where they went. And I just came up with some theories, and it might not be exactly right. Maybe they just like decided, I don't want to do this anymore. This is not for me. But there are a few things that come to my mind why I would think somebody would decide to just get the heck out of here. The first one was they probably got comfortable with being the smartest person in the room, which means, you know, maybe they launched a course, maybe they worked with clients and all their clients were working together, working on their businesses and growing. And the teacher, that coach, wasn't growing herself. So she's at step 5. The coach is at step 5. Her clients and students are at step 0. They're learning. She's teaching them everything they know. She's at a standstill, and they're moving forward to 2, 3, 4, 5. They finished the program with her. They decided to jump forward and keep working with somebody so they can grow. And then they hop right over her. And everyone's like hopping over this coach. And all of a sudden she's like, what the heck is happening? And she gets discouraged and she's out of here. That happens. It really does. The reason why that happened is because that coach decided, I'm going to stay on this peak and I'm not going to try and get uncomfortable and learn from somebody else so I can move forward. You've heard me say it again and again. Always stay 5 to 10 steps ahead of your clients and your students. It is so important you do that because they can't learn from you if you're on step 3 and they're on step 25. Like, that makes no sense. Of course, we all can learn from each other at some point or another, but you're not going to be that go-to person anymore. If you decided, like, I know everything, I'm good, now people should pay me money to learn what I know. I'm not going to learn anything new. I'm not going to tell people that I work with coaches. I'm not going to tell people that I've purchased this program so I can help them more in their business. I'm not going to do that because I'm good. And if you're good and you're good with the results that will come of that, then wonderful. But if you want to have a long-lasting business and make a big impact on people and have that big influence on people where they can tell their husbands, like, she is just like me. If she can do this, I can do this. Look at her stats. Look what she's done in her business in the past year, in the past 8 years. Like, I've watched her for years and look what she's done. There are a lot of coaches that I have watched when I first started 8 years ago, coming up on 9 years ago. I was in the trenches with them that long ago, and I can see them doing huge things because they've stuck it out and they keep investing in learning and hiring help and doing all the things that make us cringe because it's scary to do all that stuff. It is so scary to hand over money to get help. It's so scary to hire somebody to teach you more because what if they don't know more than you? Like, you're just tossing things back and forth in your head, right? What if I hire this coach and I know more than her? Or what if I hire this coach and she doesn't really teach me that much and I wasted my money? So you just hold yourself back. What if I hire a VA and we just don't vibe together? What if I do that? Like, all these stories keep playing around and around and around in your head. And pretty soon you're just kind of stuck with you and your stories and nothing else. Your stories will keep you company, but they're not going to do you any good. So what kind of stories do you have surrounding your success? If you launch a program, if you get some clients, what will happen if that happens? Will you be able to pay off a credit card? Will you be able to buy yourself a new computer for your office? Will you be able to pay off your house? What are the things that you are holding as conditions to this result? What, in quotes, bad things will happen if you don't hit your peak? What will happen? Will this all be for nothing? Will you be not worthy? Will you not be smart enough still? Will you not be good enough to call yourself a coach? What kind of stories are you holding around that? There's 2 different sides to it. There's always 2 different sides to everything, right? That's just how it is. We need a balance. So how can we balance it? How can we balance a goal like where you hit your peak? How can we balance that out? We can wipe all the stories away that are on each side, right? So picture a triangle, and at the top is where, your goal is. Let's say you have a 2019 goal, and you're like, I'm going to hit this goal. This is what I want. I deserve this. But if I don't hit it, this is what will happen. You're going to go backwards. Other side, if you hit it, this will happen. What is going to happen on each of them? What's going to happen on each of those sides? It does not freaking matter. None of it matters. In Standout Coaching Academy, we have a training called Goal Planning for CEOs. And we go through all this work of how to plan out your goals for the quarter, for the year. We're plugging in numbers in our spreadsheet. We're releasing and writing out the stories that we've attached to the outcome, good and bad. We're writing them down, and then we're crumpling them up and throwing them in the garbage. Or do whatever you want with it, burn it, whatever. Because the stories do not matter. We are putting way too much weight on the stories. We're holding our success as it's like there's a condition to it. Just like, your child. You don't say, I'm going to love you when you're 5. I'm going to love you when you learn how to use the potty. I'm going to love you when you clean your room. We don't say that. That's like horrible parenting and being a horrible human. We would never say that, right? So why are we saying that about our business? And it's not just about our business, it's ourselves. We can even wipe the business away. Why are you telling yourself you're not worthy of anything until you have this? Why are you putting conditions all over it? Good and bad, right? So wipe both sides away to those peaks and let them rise, let them go. Keep infusing yourself with nourishment for your business, nourishment for your mind, your spiritual side, whatever you need, whatever needs nourishing, go get it. Go find people that will help you. I hire people that I know can help me better myself in all aspects of my life. I have like 3 different coaches right now, you guys, because I always want to be better. I always want to be growing. I'm never going to say, okay, good. I am good to go. Good to go where? Like I'm alive. I'm helping other women make big impacts in their life. I have 3 kids. I have all the things that you have. I need to continue to nourish myself. And that's how I want to nourish myself. So think of how you can nourish your business so you can continue to grow and be that person that people will look up to and listen when you start talking and pay attention to the things that you're doing so they will want to better themselves. I love it when I see past students and clients share new coaches that they're working with, new programs that they're purchasing. I love that. I could go with like the negative side of it and say, well, why isn't she just still working with me then? Or why didn't she get what she wanted out of my program? I could go with that. Or I could say, wow, she's just continuing to blossom. She's continuing to make choices to make herself better. That's what we need to do, is continue to make choices to make ourselves better, right? So in this space, to make ourselves better, to be that person to help others, we have to invest in ourselves, we have to educate ourselves, and we have to always strive to not be the smartest person in the room, even on your coaching calls. There's lots of coaches on my calls that are awesome, that they could run the call themselves. Right? So I don't go in there thinking, I'm your guys' coach. I know everything. I have all the answers for you. I don't go in there like that. I go in there just as their friend who wants to help them. And it always goes well. And if I don't know the answer, I ask. And there's usually a coach in there that knows. That's the best part of it. When you let go of trying to be the authority on everything and being the top at everything and just let things go the way they should, then everything becomes easy. Everything becomes easy and fun. Everything will work out for you when you just let go of all attachments. Cut them all off. All the strings that are attached to you, cut them all off. Let yourself go. Let yourself grow. Let yourself hit the peak and continue going. There's like endless peaks for you. Let yourself go on all of them. Let yourself go where you're supposed to go. Don't hold yourself back. Don't be the one-hit wonder coach. Just continue to grow. Choose to do things that make you feel enriched and choose to do things that make your business shine.
Want 10 ways for you to start booking your dream clients? I created this workbook for you because I wanted to share my best tips on how I book mine. You're not going to believe how easy these are, and I know you'll be able to take my tips and put them into action ASAP so you can start working with your dream clients. To grab the workbook for free, all you have to do is go to lindsaymaloney.com/podcast. Hey coaches, are you a member of the Book Your Dream Clients community yet? Because you should be. Just go to dreamclientcommunity.com to request free access. We do fun things like website audits, challenges, and we even have a book club. Join the free Dream Client community now, and we'll see you there. Thank you so much for listening to the Book Your Dream Clients podcast. If you want to find out more information how you can work with me, just head on over to my website, lindsaymaloney.com. You will be able to see how you can work with me privately or in a group setting. I'm all about helping you start and scale your coaching business, so I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes and leave a rating and review. And if you want bonus points, take a screenshot of a review and tag me on your Instagram story. I'd love to see it and share it with my audience. And plus, you don't want to miss another episode.